guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a review of the First Doctor and Tardis set. As you can see here, we're on the box, which is a blue, purple and orange type design. It's quite nice and shows off the Tardis quite well with that big wide window. If we zoom in here, we can see a look at the First Doctor in this wee bubble here. It also gives you his running time, which is from 1963 to 1966. The picture for its time is actually quite good, and it shows him off in a scarf and his wee hat. If we move up a bit, we can see an orange bubble here, and it gives a description of what actually comes with the TARDIS, that being the Doctor with his hat and cloak, walking stick and the skull accessory. Here's a view of the side of the box. It's identical on both sides, so I'm only going to look at just the one side here. It shows off that it has opening doors with a light up lantern and movement activated takeoff and landing sound effects, along with a picture that shows the TARDIS moving. Looking down, there's another picture of the First Doctor, and it tells you his running time yet again at the very bottom of the box. If we look at the back of the box here, you can see straight away that the colour motif has changed. It's now orange as opposed to blue and purple, and there you can see the title, An Unearthly Child, and a description of what happens in that episode. Pause if you want to read. At the bottom, it also shows you all the Doctors from 1st to 8th and their running times. Again, pause if you want to read. And another picture of the Doctor, but bigger this time. Moving down the back of the box, you can see a section here just littered with legal guff. I wouldn't worry about reading any of this. And here, looking at the bottom of the box, it shows you that it takes 3 AAA batteries that go in the back panel. And lastly, the top of the box shows an oval shaped window, a lot smaller than what's on the front, telling you that this is the Doctor as he appeared in An Unearthly Child. And it again shows you that it's the First Doctor from 1963 to 66, and it also shows again that the TARDIS has light and sound features. Now that we've checked out the box, let's actually look at the toys themselves and see how they hold up. Looking at the TARDIS itself, you can tell it has been recreated with such attention to detail. It looks incredible, from the white windows to the St. John's Ambulance badge and even the dirt at the bottom. Here's a look at the actual Police Public Call box logo, and it's been recreated perfectly. I think it looks incredible. Let's move on and talk about the windows. As you can see, 3 in the top on either door are just plain smooth, whereas 2 in the bottom are textured, whereas the one in the middle is just smooth like the 3 on the top. Moving down, looking at the pull to open sign, unfortunately it does not open, but looking at it, it's a perfect detail. You can read it all clearly. Pause the video if you want to read it. I'm not going to sit and read it all. It does not open despite it look like it would open. There's like a wee hinge there at the bottom. And then moving over, we can see a St. John's Ambulance badge printed quite nicely despite its small size. And beside that there is a small silver handle, and up from that there is a gold lock, which are both recreated quite nicely despite their small size. Moving to the top of the TARDIS, you can see that there is a lantern recreated quite nicely from the first episode. However, it does feel quite fragile to the point where picking it up feels like it would actually break off. Moving down to the bottom of the TARDIS, you can see that there is like a dirty look to the bottom with all the dirt and grime around the bottom. It does actually look quite nice, and it looks like the wood has been stained and worn. Moving slightly up from that, we can look at the door and see that the wood panel effect has been recreated quite nicely to the point where it does look like genuine wood, which I really like about it. You can tell they put a lot of detail into it. Looking at the top of the TARDIS, you can see that the wood panel effect carries on all over the box, as opposed to just the doors. And moving on, you can see that both doors do actually open, but however, there is no interior design or lights, which is a shame, despite it being more of a display piece, but it still would have been nice if there was something on the inside. Looking at closing the door, you can see at the very bottom on the floor on the inside there is a button. Pushing this button will close the right door, and moving on, you can close the left door by putting your finger behind it and just pulling it closed until it clicks into place, and there it won't move until opened again. Picking the TARDIS up, you can see that there is a takeoff sound. There is only one sound for the takeoff, and while the sound effects go on, the light blinks on and off. This continues even after the sound effect has stopped. Putting the TARDIS back down, there is a landing sound where the light comes on again, blinking on and off, but when the sound actually stops, the light stops altogether. Moving to the very bottom of the TARDIS, you can see there's a small bit of legal guff at the bottom with the CE logo and the character options logo. Looking down further, there is an on and off switch. This is obviously used to turn the TARDIS on or off. The only thing for me that ruins the detail is the speaker grill here and the battery compartment, as these both could easily have been hidden a lot better, maybe on the bottom or inside. For me, it just ruins the look. Unfortunately, I lost the action figure that came with this, so I'm going to use a figure from a different collector's box as a stand-in. It's pretty much the same face. The only difference would be the other version comes with a scarf and cape, and it comes with his hat as well. Unfortunately, I've never seen this episode, and therefore I don't know what relevance the skull has to it, but I can say that it does look quite nice for what it is. Despite this being a different Doctor figure, it does actually come with the cane, which is recreated quite nicely with almost like a twisted wood or plastic effect, which sets it off quite nice. Putting the figure alongside the TARDIS sets it off really nicely. The TARDIS itself looks phenomenal, and I love having this set. It was £30, I think, when I first bought it. I'm not sure what the price is now. I don't even know if they still make it anymore, so if you're looking one, I would try eBay. Thanks for watching.